Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you. He's the man with the mic from the land of the sun, where the kangaroos jump and the wild runs. From the bush to the booth, he brought the heat, calling dirt track battles from seat to seat. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Fairy bread dreams and a slang so sweet, he'll make you laugh right out of your seat. Maybe boxing kangaroos or chasing snakes, but when he's on the mic, man, the earth shakes. Here's to Bob, yeah, the voice we all know, calling every slide, every high side show, from Australia's dust to our hometown clay. Bob, tonight this is your day. Every lap, every cheer, every turn in the night, you gave dirt track racing its soul, its light. Not just a friend, your family too. Bob, this song is just for you. Here's to Bob, yeah, the legend we know, calling every slide, every wild show, from the land down under to the Knucklehead crew. Bob, tonight we race for you. From all of us here at Knuckleheadz Racing, thank you for every lap, every word, and every year you've given us. This one's for you, mate. Ladies and gentlemen, racers, fans, and friends around the world, tonight we do things a little different, because tonight isn't about Knuckleheadz racing. It's not about the cars or the checkered flag. It's not even about the drivers strapped in, ready to battle. Tonight, it's about one man, a legend with a microphone, the voice that brought dirt track racing to life. Bob or Nathan, as some call him, our mate from the land down under. For years, Bob has been the heartbeat of these races, calling every lap, every slide job, every heart-stopping moment. And when he's not on the mic, well, we imagine him chasing snakes through the outback, boxing kangaroos, or just sitting under a gum tree with a cup of tea and some fairy bread with sprinkles. He's got the accent that keeps us guessing, the words that make us laugh, and the passion that makes him family, Bob. Tonight, this is your night. This one's for you.
All right, BobbethTV is live. You know what that means. We're going to end the intro there. Cut on over to Moto TV for one more episode. We are going to be in Bristol, USA. Let's get that on our screens here. with the Motorwear International Limited Late Model Competition. Dirt Limited Late Models here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Practice currently on our screens. Get some times up on the board. Thank you for the like, Dawson. Appreciate it. Good luck out there, son. 16.651 is Dawson's quick time. 16.408, Chris Standridge at the other end, which is the quick time. 16.782 is about 3. Some of the guys about 3/10 off their time. Some thereabouts on. Oh no, that's a second. 16.414 to 17.479. Tim L. Brown. I thought that was a 16. Tick off before we head on over to qualifying. Just remember, after this broadcast, BobbethTV is taking a week off. Let's deal with the dog there. Decided he wanted to be the main component here. Looks like we've got 13 drivers registered for today's racing. I believe it will be a double main event. I tried to get the details up, but it doesn't. iRacing doesn't share the extra info anymore. Like, you just got to click on the screen and drop a bar down, and you can sort of see how the race was scheduled. But, not anymore. Bridges, Bud Molyneux, Dawson, Potter, Chris Standridge, Alan Hunt, Lewis Catalan, they're all out there at the moment going for the qualifying run here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Let's get to a probably less static cam than that one. Bud Molyneux 16.833 at 3, 16.839 for Chris Standridge, 16.930 and 961 for Dawson, Potter and Wayne Bridges. Alan Hunt 16.967, very close as well. And then we've got some 17.052, 17.276 and 17.289. Lewis Catalan, Tim Brown, Brian Angel. Still got Brett Vanderwood, Travis McDonald, Mike Davis, Josh Roberts and Chad Putterbowl to go. Why don't we have anyone on our screen though? Michael Mad Dog Davis on our screens. My beautiful face on his roof. My logo on the back there. Love the support. We talked about this the other day with the Bob tribute night for the Street Stocks. It's every night's Bob tribute night. These guys shout out my stuff with their logos, with the brands, with the faces. It's awesome. Looks like Josh Roberts, Jonathan Foxworth is still yet to qualify. They're both out on the track, but I'm just wondering if they're going to have enough time to get up to speed and get a score in. There's Jonathan Foxworth here. Let's have a look. Oh, that might have been his get up to speed time, not his lock it in time. Josh Roberts as well. But looks like they don't get their times on the board. All right, heat 1 for the Moto International Limited late models will be Bud Molyneux and Chad Pipe. Let's try that again. Bud Molyneux and Chad Puttable on that front row. Wayne Bridges and Tim L. Brown second row. Jonathan Foxworth, the B-Main Bandit, will be on that third and final row. So we're going to have 3 heats here tonight. Looks like a pace truck will leave the track. We're going to get this 6-lap heat race underway. Heat 1 for the Motor International Late Model competition for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League. Bristol Motor Speedway is the host. Side by side, Chad Puttable, Bud Molyneux. Almost side by side back there as well. Wayne Bridges, Tim L. Brown, Jonathan Foxworth is back there. Looks like that high line might have a little bit more speed to it. All right, first half of this heat race done and dusted. Just these 2 laps to go. 5 and 6 remain. Chad Puttable still that race leader. Just got that nose a little bit ahead of the 883 of Bud Molyneux. That's actually quite flag lap, so we'll jump up and watch that battle take place. See if Bud's got anything he can throw at him before the end of it. Didn't look like he, oh, I was going to say, didn't look like he was. He was going to sort of sit there behind him, but it looks like he had a look, but I don't think he really saw anything advantageous to try. So we're going to come through, get that checkered flag. Heat 1 is done. Fifth place, Tim L. Brown. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 4th. Wayne Bridges from Wayne's World Racing Series in 3rd. Bud Molyneux from Venom Racing in 2nd. With DWR's Dirt Warrior Racing, Chad Puttable is our winner of Heat 1. Let's get to the grid for Heat 2. All right, Chris Standridge, Travis McDonald front row. Alan Hunt and Lewis Catalan on that second row. Josh Roberts will be on that third and final row. Copy 1 done. Copy 2 loading up now. All right, last time around the track, we'll get this 6-lap Heat 2 underway. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Motor International late models. Limited late models here at Bristol Motor Speedway. So our winner last week was Kent McLean. John Bennett is our points leader. So John Bennett will be going to the rear of field. Is John here? I don't think I saw John in the lineup. Off we go and racing. Travis McDonald, Chris Standridge up on that high line. The 32 and the 72. Lewis Catalan and Alan Hunt side by side. The 42 of Josh Roberts back there. Travis McDonald got the run. Looks like Josh is going to come down low on Chris Standridge. Chris was leading that heat race there. Has moved back to second, almost back to third for a bit, but that push from Lewis Catalan has kept him back in that battle. Josh Roberts is going to fall back to fourth, maybe fifth actually, as Alan Hunt comes along the whole line of him. To come in this battle, Chris Standridge trying to hold on to that second place dearly. He is being pressured by both Lewis Catalan and Alan Hunt. White flag lap. As Travis comes down that back stretch into 3 and 4 for that last time. Go, heat 2 done and dusted. Just wait for the heat 2 results to pop up. There they are. All right, Lewis Catalan in 5th. JJ Motorsports' Josh Roberts finished in 4th. Then we have Alan Hunt 3rd. Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge 2nd. Travis McDonald in 1st. A 3rd and final heat for the racing week. It's going to be Mike Davis and Dawson Potter on that front row. Brian Angel and Brent Vanderwood on that second. Well, that coffee has gone right through me. That is not good, Bob. Alright, here we go. Heat 3, 6 laps. Dawson Potter, Mike Davis, Brian Angel, Brett Vanderwood. So it's Yoda Outlaws basically versus Mo Diggy Mafia and KHR in this race. Dawson Potter, still Mike Davis second, Brent Vanderwood, Brian Angel third and fourth. A little bit of contact there between the 8 and the 99. That's Brent Vanderwood, Mike Davis backs off a little bit. It's going to allow teammate Brian Angel, sorry, to come around the, Brian Angel to come around the outside. To come in this last of our heat races. Potter in firm control of heat 3 here. White flag lap. Through and forth that last time. Alright, heat 3 done and dusted. Let's get those results up on our screen. Brett Vanderwood for Yoda Outlaws in fourth. Yoda Outlaws teammate Brian Angels third. Mo Diggy Mafia's Mike Davis in second. But KHR's very own Dawson Potter will take out the third heat. Alright, we've got our first consi up for grabs. It is going to be Bud Molyneux and Chris Standridge on the front row. Mike Davis and Wayne Bridges on that second. Third row is going to be Alan Hunt and Brian Angel. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts on that fourth row. Brent Vanderwood and Tim L. Brown on that fifth row. And Lewis Catalan will be on that sixth and final row. Now, actually, I'm just going to get to the race cams now because I just have to step away from the screen for like 2 minutes. Nature calls. So sorry to do this, but I'll be back to continue commentating this 15-lap consi. I won't be long. All right, I am so sorry about that, guys and girls. Let's have a look where we're at. Chris Standridge, Bud Molyneux, Wayne Bridges, Alan Hunt, Josh Roberts. That is the 5. Looks like Brian Angel, Mike Davis, Jonathan Foxworth, Tim L. Brown, Brett Vanderwood is the 10. Lewis Catalan currently in pit lane. Looks like he might be coming out of pit lane, actually. Nope. Oh, maybe he is. He does look like he's rolling forward on the track map. Okay, so McLean, good luck tonight, guys. Just finished with volleyball for night 2. Hope she was successful yet again, my man. Tell her Uncle Bob's proud of her. Was not able to get the car back out on the track how he liked it back in the pits. So still just the 10 cars for this 15-lap Consi race before we get to our main event. This is the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Motorwear International Late Model Competition. Limited late models here at Bristol Motor Speedway. Looks like Josh Roberts is going to make a run on the 72 there for that top 5, top 4 position. Not going to pay off though. As we get to the white flag lap, a bit of a collision and a few cars falling back. Josh Roberts is one of them. As we jump up the front, Chris Standridge our race leader, Wayne Bridges, Bud Molyneux, 2nd and 3rd through 3 and 4. Won both games again, so thank you. We are eating, watching the rest. Excellent, excellent. Chris Standridge picking up the win in the Consi battle. Let's wait for those results. Wow, it's amazing how sometimes they come up straight away, other times they take forever. There we go. All right. Lewis Catalan will be our 11th place driver in the Consi. In 10th, Moto Mafia's Mike Davis. 9th is Josh Roberts from J&J Motorsports. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 8th. Tim L. Brown 7th. B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 6th. Our top 5, Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws, Alan Hunt, Bud Molyneux for Venom Racing, and Wayne Bridges in 2nd. Our Consi winner, though, Outcast Racing's Chris Standridge. All right, none of the drivers due for an EOL are here today, so this is how they're going to grid up on the front row, or in the race for our feature. Once I spit this out English-wise, you think I'd know how to speak English, but here we are. Chad Puttapole and Travis McDonald on that front row. Dawson Potter and Chris Standridge on that 2nd. 3rd row is going to be Wayne Bridges and Bud Molyneux. Alan Hunt and Brian Angel on that 4th row. 5th row is going to be Jonathan Foxworth and Tim L. Brown. Brett Vanderwood and Josh Roberts on that 6th row. 7th row is going to be Micah Davis and Lewis Catalan. Let's get this one underway. 40 laps for our feature race here tonight. A lap feature about to start in just a moment. Pace truck's going to leave the track. There we go. The boys are lined up at double wide. Chad Football Trust on the front row. They're going to start our race. 40 laps. Bristol Motor Speedway, the Motor International Limited Late Models starts now. Great start. Chris Standridge, Chad Football 2nd, 3rd. Dawson Potter and Bud Molyneux 4th and 5th. Brian Angel and Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Tim L. Brown, Jonathan Foxworth 6 to 10. 11 to 14, Brett Vanderwood, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Lewis Catalan. as we get this one up to speed. Side by side, a little bit of contact as the yellow flag comes out. Not from that. It looks like it might have been Josh Roberts that came unstuck. Let's have a look. He's there, the 42 on our screens. Looks like the 29, a little bit straighter. The 8, a little bit, the 42, a little bit more angled. And then we saw that, yeah, just that contact drove him straight into that entranceway there. That is going to send Josh back to the pits for our restart. Alright, so we're ready to get this one back underway. One more time around the track. Just got to line them up double wide, Bob. Alright, I thought they'd be double wide by now. Maybe one more time around the track. Maybe delaying it for Josh to get back out on the track in time. Sorry about that slurpy copy there. That was the slurpy copy, by the way. Alright, looks like Josh out on the track. They're going to start to line up double wide. So Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, front row. Chris Dennis and Bud Molyneux second. Third row is going to be Brian Angel and Dawson Potter. Wayne Bridges and Alan Hunt on that fourth row. Fifth row will be Brett Vanderwood and Tim L. Brown. Lewis Catlin and Mike Davis. Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts round out the remainder of that 14 car field. 40 lap race still to come here. We're only 4 laps in. Lap 6 of 40, Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, Bud Molyneux, Chris Standridge, Brian Angel on the 5, Dawson Potter, Alan Hunt, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanderwood, Lewis Catlin the 10, Jonathan Foxworth, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Tim L. Brown the 11 to 14. We did see a car just shoot down out of that pack. It looked like Bud Molyneux, the 883. And the caution has come out, so let's have a look. Chad Puttable, Chris, and then yeah, just enough angle for the 883 to hit the wall. Second caution out already. Right. But these cars are lined up double wide now. Pace truck will leave the track very soon. One more lap around the track, half a lap around the track, it looks like. As we come down the backstretch into 3 and 4, we'll get this one back underway. It's going to be lap 7 or 8. Lap 8 of 40, I believe. No, lap 7. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, front row, Dawson Potter, Bright Actual second, third, Wayne and Bridges and Alan Hunt, Lewis Catalan and Brett Vanderwood, fourth row, Jonathan Foxworth and Josh Roberts, fifth row, sixth row, Tim L. Brown, Mike Davis, Chris Standridge and Bud Molyneux round out that seventh and final row. Travis McDonald, the leader of a very long line there. Green flag runs in here. We've got the 42, the 29, the 99. Let's have a look. The 883. So that was Jonathan Foxworth, Josh Roberts, Mike Davis, Bud Molyneux. You can see up ahead of them Wayne Bridges and Brett Vanderwood. A little bit of contact between Brett and Wayne. Into this battle, and these guys starting to really compete for position and real estate as they battle it pretty hard here at the back half of this field. Caution out, lap 15 of 40. Oh, this one's not showing up as a crash in the yellow flag market. I'm not sure what happened there. Someone definitely lost a tyre though. Just waiting for them all to get lined back up. Looks like Bud Molyneux back out on the track. It's going to be lap 16 of 40 when we get this one back underway. Still 25 laps remain in this 40-lap battle. Feature race for the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's Motor International Late Model Competition. Limited late models here at Bristol Motor Speedway. single file restart. It looks like lap 15 of 40. Not 16 like I originally said. Travis McDonald, our race leader, Chapter Rob, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, Lewis Catalan at the 5, Wayne Bridges, Brett Vanwood, Mike Davis, Jonathan Proctor, Josh Roberts the 10, 11 to 13, Tim L. Brown, Bud Money, Chris Standish, Dawson Potter, currently in 14th, but has retired from the racing. Brett looking in front of Wayne Bridges' car there after Brett Vanderwood's car in front of him. Well, actually, no, sorry, behind him. Brett Vanderwood, Mike Davis, a little bit of door-to-door action there with the late models. Great look from behind Wayne Bridges' car there. That's a newer camera that I've not seen before. Alan Hunt, Lewis Catalan. Oh, is that Josh Roberts stuck in the wall back there? I think it was. As he tows himself to the pits. Looks like Dawson might have had some connection issues because he's back in the pits as well. Josh is out. Alright, while we get this one set back up and lined up, I'll be just one moment. Lap 20 of 40. Lap 21 will be our restart. The halfway mark of this 40 lap feature race. All part of the Knuckleheadz iRacing League's 3 nights of racing action. 5 races over those 3 nights. We started off the racing week with the Reese Monument Dirt Street Stock from the KP Plumbing UMP Modifieds. Yesterday we had the Wayneswood Arse Racing Series along with the Shula Racing Series. Today, obviously, the Moto International Limited late models. We will be off for the week next week. No broadcast. There will be racing next week, but no broadcast next week. Bob goes on holiday tomorrow. Yes, tomorrow. Woohoo. Going to the big island of Australia to go check out a gaming expo for us a couple of days. Body of mine should be good. Catch up with some other people, some friends on the mainland. Well-deserved break for Bob. It's a bit of a slow one, Bob. It's what, 50 minutes into the broadcast and you've only just finished your second coffee. Oh my God, that is slack. Right, off we go and racing. Travis McDonald will lead at the 21st lap, the second half of this 40 lap feature race. Chapter Bob behind him, Brian Angel, Alan Hunt, Lewis Catalan the 5. Three just recommended like David Jonathan Cochran, Phil Brown is the 6 to 10. 11, Chris Standridge, Bud Monty 12, Dawson Potter 13th. Josh Roberts has retired and will lock in that 14th spot. Here the crowd is packed. Not a seat left in the house. Travis really not having too much of a challenge here. Chad Puttable, in saying that, is coming up on him pretty fast. We do have the Oda Outlaws driver Brian Angel and Alan Hunt back there as well. Lewis Catalan 4th and 5th. Great shot from the front. Brian Angel with the race car there. There's an external view. He's in 3rd spot. Chad Puttable, Travis McDonald 2nd and 1st. Up ahead of him, almost just the remaining 10 laps to go on lap 28 at 40. 12 still remain. Top 5 really not running away with it at all. There's top 3 starting to. A little bit there. Travis McDonald, Chad Puttable, Brian Angel. Currently riding along with Alan Hunt in 4th, and we can just see there, they're about a second ahead almost. Lap 34.40, we are coming up to the dying stages of this race. Jump up to the front in just a moment. Two or three to go. house is going to take off in the wind. It is so windy down here at the moment as we jump back up to the front for the white flag at lap. Travis McDonald is going to take this one out. Better not jinx him as he's still got the backstretch and 3 and 4 to go. Have it. Brian Edgewood lets Travis McDonald know he was not that far behind him in second as we get to the end of this feature race. Now, our top 2 in points, John Bennett and Andy Williams, not here tonight, so Travis McDonald should close that gap a little bit points-wise, but definitely will be taking the EOL for the victory for tonight. But let's get to our official results. All right, J&J Motorsports, Josh Roberts in 14th. K. Charles Dawson at Potter in 13th. Yoda Outlaws, Brett Vanderwood in 12th. 11th, Bud Molyneux for Venom Racing. Tim Brown in 10th and Outcast Chris Standridge in 9th. The B-Main Bandit, Jonathan Foxworth in 8th. Alan Hunt 7th. Modig Mafia's Mike Davis in 6th. Our top 5, Wayne Bridges, Lewis Catalan in 4th. DWR's Dirt Warrior Racing's Chad Puttable in 3rd. Brian Angel for Yoda Outlaws in 2nd. But Travis McDonald, T-Mac gets the job done and takes out victory here tonight. Let's get his beats up on our visuals. I think I have the interview tag on this one. No, I don't. All right, cool. There we go. All right. Oh, interview channel. Turn that on first. All right. Let's just grab some beats there. All right, Travis McDonald, congratulations. Much like the other day, didn't start pole position in the race, but did start front row. And a couple of cautions sort of kept that battle sort of at bay to start with, but didn't take you long to get that car into the race lead and get that one going. But much like our conversation the other day, I do feel like guys like Wayne Bridges, Lewis Catalan, Chad Puttable is again, and Brian Angel obviously being distracted by those other cars behind them meant that those fights really couldn't sort of happen in front, which I think kept you at bay a little bit. Was that the race you're expecting?
Well, yeah, knew I could run up front, but I knew the track was going to swap over, and Bristol's one of those weird tracks. Depending on the car you're in, the bottom line, even though it's slick, is still faster. So you gotta kind of tippy toe around it and not make any mistakes. And I knew if I didn't end up going down there, with 20, 25 laps in, if I didn't go to the bottom, I knew Chad was going to sneak around me. Like I knew it would happen. So that last restart, I was like, I'm going to test the water a little bit, see how bad it is.
And it must have been pretty good because, you kept it up there.
Yeah, I mean, it ain't bad down there. Like, you just had to be careful.
Yep. Now, one of the things we do see it a little bit with the cautions on the track. Some of the guys comfortable keeping the car a little bit straighter through the turns, which means that they keep that speed up. And a couple of others more happy to sort of set it on that angle to sort of, ride it through. And obviously that can, the sliding changes your speed ever so slightly, will slow you down. The other cars will come up on you pretty quickly. That seemed to be the order of the day. Is it not so bad here at Bristol because it is a bit of a wider track, or does the bank sort of play into that as well?
The bank plays in a little bit, but in the limited, it's almost straighter. You can keep them. The faster momentum you keep going. If you've been in you've been in a super,
Yep.
you'd have been able to probably push it hard enough that you would have had to slide some in the corners. Maybe not real bad, but a lot more. You know, if you get sideways in a super here a little bit, you can kind of power your way out of it. The limiteds, once you get rolled too far, you'll lose like 4 to 6 mile an hour, and that's just enough. There was a guy up top or down low, he's going to get you.
He is going to get you, and we did see that whether they got past them or whether they unfortunately had contact. But yeah, it was a bit of a decision maker in that regard in terms of being on your toes. Now, in regards to the points for the competition coming into today's battle, you're in third place. Yeah, third place. Now, first and second, not on the track tonight. That's Andy Williams and John Bennett. Now, obviously, with the win, you will go to the rear of field next week. But I would imagine, obviously, that you're going to take over in the points battle. Is the Motor International competition one you were hoping to be vying for?
Yeah, I've always been more late model fan, so I was hoping that maybe me, John, or I don't know. There's some Williams is real tough in these two. John is too. I think Kent's making a little bit of a move up in them.
Mm-hmm.
From the best I remember, I think he won last week. So it's kind of a toss up. Foxworth has been pretty steady in them. So I mean, it's a number of contenders there that's staying real steady in them. It's anyone's ball game, so to speak. I'll probably miss next week. I think it is. I'll be gone to Daytona,
Okay, nice.
so I'll get all zeros next week.
Yeah.
So that's going to hurt. That's going to hurt me a little bit. I'll have to do some makeup. I'll have to win a couple to gain that 10 points back somehow.
Now, I guess, and I guess the quote unquote good part of that. Oh, Jesus! Someone just fired off one of my jump scare bonus reward thingies. Sorry, just give me a moment, you bastards. Is that there's no broadcast? Unfortunately, no broadcast next week. I will be taking the week off. Having a well-deserved break of watching you McDonald boys have all these holidays and things like that. And I'm like, no, you know what? I wouldn't mind one of them myself. So, yeah, I'm off all next week. So we won't. So you fortunately won't have to worry about watching the boys do that. But we'll be back again the week after. So we're going to miss out on Lanier next week, but back in February. And Marky Mark, I am going to jump over there and going to backhand you, mate. That's the second one in a row. My heart can't take it. Oh my God! Sorry, I don't know if you can hear them. I don't think you actually get to hear them if you're not on the broadcast itself. But there's a couple of little jump scares that people can play with. Travis, it's just you know me. I like to be the butt of jokes and stuff. So I set those up so the boys can scare the shit out of me. All right, once my heart rate comes back down, it's not as bad. We do have in that circle of friends that we've got with the guy that's doing the jump scares. They do have like full screen jump scares that they scare each other with and things like that the giant nun that jumps out the screen at you. And I'm like, I can't handle that. My heart would not last. So yeah. All right. Look, I'm rambling now. So yeah, so no racing next week on BobbethTV. The racing will take place, but Travis on holidays, so yeah, we'll take the week off because if Travis is not on the track on the screens, there's no point racing.
Oh yeah. There's a lot better racing sometimes to watch than just me out there.
But
and sometimes we're battling. It's a good race, but I've seen many a times lately, man. We're like honestly like mid pack towards the back. If I'm watching replays, I'd rather focus on them because they got a lot better race going on. They're 2 and 3 wide, fighting for 6th, 7th, 8th spot. So that's kind of my racing. I like watching them lead. Fight for a position back there. It's kind of fun and interesting to watch.
No, it definitely is, and there was a lot. Like I say, we've said this before that you sort of need to give third, fourth, and or fifth some prize money just because they obviously kept those other cars in check for you to keep racing. But likewise, we got a really good look at that 6 to 10 field because they were just as competitive. They might as well have been the front five the way that they were racing. So yeah, there was some good racing all across the track. It wasn't like we had to sort of sit up in front and just watch you lead the race. There was some really good one-on-one battles all across the field.
Oh yes,
was, Jonathan and Chris. There was a good battle, as I say, Lewis Catalan, Brian, Chad, Lewis, Wayne, Mike. Alan Hunt was a part of that for a while as well. There was just some really good battles, no matter where it was on the track where we were. There was just something happening for everyone to see. And look, Bristol's a good track, but no, that's credit to you guys. You guys just, as I say, race speed's so similar that it just promotes some really excellent side-by-side racing.
Yes, it does. And I mean, you could have took some of the guys from the back and put them in the front, then it would have been hard for me and me and Chad to get around them because just the way the track is, you had to hit your line perfect. And I mean, you could have got them, but it wasn't going to be no easy picking.
Yeah, exactly right, and that's what you want each week, and that's why I like with some of these series, especially the late models, where we've got that constant battle where it's not just qualify, race through the heats, and get yourself that good start in the feature, and hope that you don't, EOL that week or whatever. Whereas with the constant, it does sort of shake things up and move people around a little bit, and like we've seen, if you give someone a shot, if someone gets a chance up the front or 2 or 3 positions higher than they normally run. Like we say, because of that race speed, they're not as easy to pass. It's not a guarantee. So yeah, it is fun to watch, and I really do enjoy it. All right, we're gonna have to wrap that one up there. Before we do, though, Travis, friends, family, sponsors, who do you need to give a shout out to for making all this possible?
Like always, lovely wife and kids for allowing me to do it, and of course the shop for being able to support it, and you for broadcasting, and our league for putting together a good league, having fun racing with everybody. So there's just a little bit of everybody goes in the mixture to make it possible.
No, that's it. It's not one person that's sort of super special. Everyone goes to the mix, and like we see, there's names here that we see today that we don't see on Sunday nights or Monday nights. Bud Molyneux's one of them. Lewis Catalan's one that's been showing up a lot lately. Hopefully, we can get guys like Andy and John back on this track in the next couple of weeks as well, so we can sort of keep watching these mid-season points battles build. There's a lot of really close battles in all of those competitions. Most of the competitions, I think, only really separated by 5 to 10 points. And that's even over a couple of positions. So, it is looking at very, very healthy and good. No one driver sort of going, all right, well, this championship's mine. Well, if we keep going, sort of thing. It really is a battle of attrition here. Now, in saying that, points-wise, not points-wise, but winner-wise, 1, 2, 3, 4. So we've only had 4. You've just picked up your 4th victory, so you are the winningest driver in the late models. But like I say, still a lot of rounds to go at a lot of different tracks.
Oh, yeah. So winning ain't everything, as long as you're consistent.
That is it. Well, once again, Andy Williams is in second spot coming into tonight. 52 points is John Bennett. 50 with Andy Williams, and Andy has not got a win on the board. He's got 2 thirds, 2 seconds, a bunch of 4-pointers, which would be probably about 5th-ish, and then a second again. So you can see there, as long as he's in that top 5 consistency, it's he's having one of those like the John Bennett run where he'll be vying for a championship without having to even get a checkered flag, without getting a podium finish, checkered flag finish.
Yep.
Awesome. All right, my mate. Well, that's us for the racing week. We'll see you again, not this Sunday, obviously, but the following Sunday. So you enjoy Daytona.
And I'll enjoy your
break.
time off, man.
And we'll meet back again in a couple of weeks, and we'll do it all over.
Yeah.
All righty, see you, Bob.
Thank you, mate. All right, just as I was doing that, I don't know if you guys could hear that in the beginning. Thanks, Crimson, for joining in with that one there. I'm coming for you, Marky Mark. I really am, mate. You are in some trouble. Little mini Steve battle going on there. I'm not going to get the hard FX happening, though. No way. All right, let's snooze that ad for one more time so we can wrap up this broadcast. All right, well, as I said, that is it for BobbethTV for the racing week. For the next week as well, we won't be back next week, but the full week off. So we won't be back again until, let's have a look at some calendars. The 20th, 19th of October, we will be back American time. So, enjoy next week with no broadcast, and we'll be back the week after. All right, guys and girls, thank you so much for watching. My name's Bob. Thank you to, let's go with the likes and subscribes first. Josh and Dawson, appreciate you. Marky Mark, let's have a look there. I could do those in game FTG. Yeah, see, that's what I was talking about, the jump scares. And no, Dev was going to do them to me, but I think he had a bit of a change of heart and hasn't hit me with them yet. So let's keep that run going. So Mark, Vicky Schuler, KC McLean as well. Congratulations to his daughter winning softball 2 nights in a row, kicking ass over there. Keeping Keen off the track so the other boys can have a chance at winning as well. All right, my name's Bob. You know the drill, guys and girls. Bye. Love yous all.